Welcome to RNS Podcast. My name is Dylan.
Yeah, I'm Evan.
This week, Evan, I'd like to talk to you about the Iron Giant film.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
And I'm surprised. I'm glad you like it.
You're surprised I liked it?
I'm surprised you liked it.
Why do you say that?
Because,
Did it seem like a movie I wouldn't enjoy?
Because you would usually hate the Iron Giant.
I would?
Yeah.
Oh.
It has Superman, it has Vin Diesel, it has Red Bird.
I love Vin Diesel.
So, well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodshot?
Yeah, well, he was great in that.
Yeah. You don't need a past to have a future.
Yeah, everyone remembers that iconic tagline. So, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just happy that you enjoyed it. Because it's like one of my favorite movies from my childhood.
Nice.
Yeah, very
But not
nice.
one of your favorite movies in general.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said one of my favorite movies from my childhood. So I had to make sure.
No, it's like, like this and like Toy Story, it's like stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Toy Story is still a great movie. No, I don't belittle Iron Giant in that way. Still one of my favorite movies, like in general too. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Iron Giant. If you freaking smash like button, if you like Iron Giant, is that correct?
Sure.
Okay. And then also, Evan, did you want to talk about anything before we talk about Iron Giant? Is there anything you want to mention?
Hit the sub button.
Smash sub.
Yeah, hit the sub button.
Smash sub for Bloodshot.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Well, real quickly, okay? Lightning round.
Okay.
I know you saw Glass Onion.
I did.
And I know you saw the Cannibal movie with Timmy.
I did. I also saw The Fabelmans as well.
Did you?
I did.
When did you see that?
On Thanksgiving.
Oh. I don't remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I talked about it. I talked about it in the GC at length.
Y'all be talking for fucking paragraphs and paragraphs. I cannot read that.
At length.
I'm not reading that. But, quickly, lightning round.
Okay.
Fableman.
Score?
Yeah, give me a score.
8 out of 10.
Is it better than the musical?
Oh, West Side Story?
Yeah,
I did like Fablemans better than West Side Story. But I also liked West Side Story, so, it's not me putting West Side Story down, because I did enjoy that movie as well.
Okay, good. Timmy Cannibal.
They're shot
movie.
very similarly. I can't speak right now.
Yeah.
So, when I was watching, I was like, oh, it looks, kind of looks like West Side Story.
And like spin around.
He had like
and
a
stuff.
similar look. No, but like just the way it looked, like the colors, and like it had a lot of like the lens flares.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know how to. Like I get like just like the general filter the movie had, I guess.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that. I don't know if it had the same cinematographer or not, but
Similar like lighting and palette.
Yeah, lighting, palette. Yeah, the color. That's what I mean. Like the color for the same. It had a lot of the lens flares. So yeah, and I think they take place right around the same time as well. So when did West Side Story take place?
West Side Story is like, the 50s.
Yeah, okay, well this is in the 50s. So at least it starts out in the 50s.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that one I'll have to see for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Glass Onion. What about Glass Onion?
It was good. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
What do you rate Among Us?
Oh, that was stupid. It had the Among Us reference. That was really dumb.
Well, how do you expect a fucking genius detective to keep his mind sharp? He plays Among Us.
But the joke is like, oh, he's so bad at it.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, but it's like, that's really like, oh, okay, I don't want to spoil Glass Onion, so I don't want to say anything, but I'm like, when he does something, I'm like, doesn't really make any sense for him to be terrible at Among Us. But it's like, oh, it's funny because he doesn't know video games. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it's partial. I haven't seen it, obviously, but I like when you tell the first inkling I get from that is like, oh, he's a real detective, so he doesn't need Among Us.
It's not even that. It's just like, oh, it's like
he doesn't get technology.
Yeah, it's like it's like some boomer type shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's so lame.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, 7 out of 10 is not bad.
Mm.
Would you say it's worse than the first Knives Out?
I liked it less than the first one, but I don't know if I'd say it's worse. I give them both a 7 out of 10. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I really like that character. I like that cool character. So, and I like Daniel Craig. So I'll probably check it out.
He was good in it.
I kind of expect to like it less, but I guess we'll see. And then what was the other one? The Timmy Cannibal movie. What do you give that
Bones and All. I would give that an 8 as well. I really
Do they actually eat the bones and all?
That's actually a thing, like a thing in the plot. So, I don't want to spoil.
Is it like one of them does, one of them doesn't, or something?
I don't want to spoil.
I want to know. Am I wrong?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna check. Evan, I guess I'm probably going to check all of those out. Thanks for the good recommendations.
Yeah, that one. So it's funny. Two of my favorite movies of the year I saw in the same week.
Like last week?
Or this week. Fablemans and Bones and All. Or I guess today's Sunday, so I guess it was technically last week. But yeah. Yeah. So I was like, oh, because those are already both in my top 5 for the year, and they came out in the same week, so.
Well, don't sleep, because Avatar comes out real soon.
Oh yeah, of course.
What day does that come out?
Like the 15th or something.
Oh yeah, real soon. Soon. Like can we do an episode? Avatar episode?
If you want. I'm not choosing it, but if that's like your choice, I'll do it.
No, I would never choose that. I might see it without seeing the first one. Maybe. If you guys go. Or if you go. But anyways, yeah, that's caught up. I haven't watched nothing, so. Cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
Would you like to get into, finally, Evan? The Iron Giant.
Yeah, of course.
Get up the basic facts here. Iron Giant is a 1999 Brad Bird directed 2D animated feature film.
Of course.
I
think it has some 3D in it, right?
It does. Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. Some pretty good 3D, except for like when he turns like.
Talk about that.
Well,
it's not bad, but it's like I guess some of it hasn't aged.
The only part that didn't age gracefully to me is like his other form, like the robot's other form.
Oh, it wasn't even that for me. There was like sometimes where it's like where he first stands or just walking.
No,
it looked kind of weird.
No, it's perfect.
Oh yeah.
It's actually intended to be jarring because it's a jarring experience for the characters, but I guess.
Oh, that's true.
You're not really smart enough to grasp that.
I'm not.
So, okay. I mean, no matter what, when people integrate like 3D into 2D, it has never looked good to me. Yeah, even as a kid.
No, it usually does not work.
Even as a kid, it's just it never really works.
Yeah, it's like it started becoming kind of a thing in anime recently in the last few years.
Oh no.
No, and yeah, like people mostly hate it. Like, it would get shit on.
Yeah, I never.
It's like why are they doing this?
To save time and money.
I guess so, but
that's the reason. In the small town, I'm gonna do the synopsis. Can I do the synopsis? Mm-hmm. Okay. In the small town of Rockwell, Maine, in October 1957, a giant metal machine befriends a 9-year-old boy and ultimately finds its humanity by unselfishly saving people from their own fears and prejudices. I don't know if I would say that.
Yeah, I'm like, is that really important?
I don't know if I would word it quite like that, but there's the synopsis.
For clarification, this is Letterboxd's synopsis.
Oh yeah, we're looking at Letterboxd. I never knew that there's really like 5 characters in this movie.
Yeah.
So you have the little boy. He's the main character. Hogarth Hughes.
Yeah.
Could that be a reference to Howard Hughes, Evan?
No, it's a reference to Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right. You saw through my facade.
I know.
Okay. I never knew Jennifer Aniston was the mom. That's cool.
Annie Hughes.
I just found that out with Evan just now. Harry Connick Jr. is Dean, who's like a cool hip townsperson. He's like a proto hippie.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. And then Vin Diesel himself is the Iron Giant, and James Gammon is Foreman. Foreman what? That's weird. What's the name of the guy? The
Kent.
Is it Kent?
I believe so.
Yeah. I don't know why this guy's listed 5th.
Sometimes it's just like it's
random.
Not like yeah.
Oh, Kent Mansley is Christopher McDonald. Those are like the only characters that really matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess so, yeah.
Pretty much. Everyone else.
I guess there is like the general also.
But he's like,
But I'm saying he's in a few scenes, so.
Yeah, he
and
is.
has speaking lines.
Yeah, because he like
multiple
talks down to
times, so.
Mansley.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and now he believes Mansley because the robot's there.
Yeah.
It starts off, Evan. I don't know if you want to. Where do you want to start?
You tell me. You take the.
Well, Hogarth. He's a bit of a loner, but he's just kind of your average everyday kid, but he doesn't have many friends. And he's a bit lonely. He wants a pet,
That's true.
Actually, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I?
Are you?
Because I really like the opening scene.
Oh, when the meteor is like...
The opening scene is badass, so...
Which is the Iron Giant?
It, like, tracks, like, whatever capsule the Iron Giant's in. It shoots him in the atmosphere. That's all well and good, Evan. That's fine. But then it goes to the ocean. And then it's, like, the guy, like, the fisherman. He's trying to find his way back to land. And then he's talking on the radio to the people at the lighthouse or something, or like people on land. Who I don't know exactly who he's talking to, but yeah, he's trying to find his way to land. And then he's in a crazy storm. He's having waves crashing down on him, and then he's like, "No, thank God, I found the lighthouse." And then it's like twists around. It's two lights because it's the Iron Giant, and then he crashes into the Iron Giant.
Yeah, he does.
It's a cool scene. It's
really,
really good scene.
That's true.
Yeah, I like that as the introduction to the Iron Giant.
Me too.
Yeah. And then it cuts to Hogarth.
Yeah.
And Hogarth's, he's taking a squirrel. He's trying to keep that as a pet. He always wants to keep wild animals as pets.
Yeah. He's a lonely guy.
He's a lonely character.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the diner.
I feel like it's weird, but I feel like as soon as I saw that scene, like the movie didn't need to tell me, but I feel like I knew immediately, like, oh, like just based on like his mom working and him wanting the pet chef, like, oh, I don't think he has a dad.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't need it like further context, because I feel like that's kind of a thing in the movie, I guess. Part of his loneliness, especially because his mom had to work, more, presumably, because they don't have someone else bringing in income.
Yeah, it was crazy because I was like, she's really a waitress and they have like a 2-story house. That's pretty crazy.
Well, it's the 50s.
Oh, back in those times.
Yeah.
Back in those times. I don't know if that would have flown in real life, though.
What do you mean?
Would it have? I don't know.
Maybe the dad bought the house before and then he left or he died.
They don't explain anything about the dad, get the
context,
right? They don't mention the dad.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
How do we know?
We simply don't.
Yeah. Maybe it's a rental. Maybe it's a rental house.
You're right.
Yeah, so.
Well, no, because she wouldn't be able to rent out a room if it was a rental house.
It's under the table.
Okay. That's fair. But yeah, so he wants his little squirrel.
Yeah.
But then the mom says, or he says, Mom, at least look at it, and then it's already running away. And
out of the box.
Yeah, he has a bit of a Marty McFly about him.
Well, why do you say that?
Hogarth. I don't know, just the way that's like he lies. He lies about. He looks, sees that it's already gone, like run away out of the box, and he's like, "I'll go get him outside," like as if it's like he meant it to be outside. I don't know. That's like kind of Marty McFly to me. He's an impish little boy.
It's a bit Jim Carrey liar ish.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the whole movie has a bit of that shit going on.
Yeah, Jim Carrey liar.
Yeah.
So.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we see Dean for the first time. I love Dean.
Yeah, he's cool. I like how the squirrel, like, how he unzips his fucking pants.
That's really funny. That's really funny. And then the squirrel crawls up Dean's leg, and then him and Dean, Hogarth and Dean have a little moment where they talk. But yeah, it crawls up his pants, and then he says, "Sorry in advance for this," and then he unzips his pants and pulls it down. And then that actually made me laugh because the second the squirrel gets out of his pants, like people are like slamming their heads on the counter and like dropping their glasses, and it's like it just goes insane like immediately.
Well, because they saw his penis. So.
Because they saw it, they were like, "Damn, that's a hung POC."
Yeah.
Do you think Dean's a POC?
A person of color?
Yeah.
I think he's white.
Oh. When I was a kid, I always assumed he was like Hispanic or something. I
really don't. He could be, I guess.
Yeah, he's probably white though.
He seems like a white guy though.
There's a reference to like segregation.
Is there?
Yeah, because she's because Dean comes back later and he's like, oh, sorry about that. You know, I'm not usually crazy or whatever. And then she's, I don't know, something like that. And then the mom's like, well, we do have the right to refuse service to anyone. And then she points at like a segregation sign.
Really? I don't remember that. What did the sign say?
We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone.
Oh.
Which, like, I guess that could be, like, anything.
I'm like, is that segregation?
But then it cuts to the diner and it's all white people.
I guess. But I feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like they would reference
That's coded.
That seemed weird, yeah.
That's coded. In my opinion, that's coded. But anyways. But yeah, then you get an introduction to Dean. Dean's super cool. And then,
he doesn't come back for a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
After the scene.
He's actually, I mean, the movie's like, it's one of those things where, I don't know, like Toy Story feels like so long when you're a kid, but it's really like...
Yeah, it's a short movie. It's only like 80 minutes.
It's like a few episodes of a cartoon.
Yeah. It's shorter than 2 episodes of Breaking Bad.
It's shorter than 1 season of 2.5 Men.
That's true.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Dean disappears for a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, you don't see him for a while. Not until, like... he, until they go to the shop later, like the junkyard. Yeah.
Well, you see him, yeah, like towing the car, right?
Yeah.
Is that when you see him?
Oh, no, his car got chomped.
Oh, no, you see him taking the tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the tractor got chomped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it is.
By the Iron Giant.
By guess who?
Yeah.
The Iron Giant.
Yeah, because he eats metal.
Answer. The Iron Giant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the mom's hot. She's cool. And then, you know, Hogarth, he gets to stay home with no supervision because his mom is off working.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So he has crazy, his mom say, eat your dinner, go to bed early. And then he eats candy and, like, stays up late.
I guess she tells him don't watch any horror movies.
And then he watches a horror movie.
Yeah.
Which is bad.
Was he?
What?
Was it a horror movie?
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, he watches something where the guy's like, yeah, hey, we should go fuck. And he's like, ugh.
Well, yeah, it's because he's mad because he doesn't want that part. But it's like, the last thing you see before, because it cuts off and he has to go investigate.
Yeah.
Like what happened, like why did it cut off. But the last thing you see is like the brain like is like giant and has like wings and tentacles and is like eating his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like the last thing you see.
I thought you were watching Gone with the Wind.
No, he was watching spooky movie.
Oh, okay.
Spooky movie. And then...
He's watching Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, he was actually watching Scary Movie 3.
Yeah.
And he thought it was really funny when, like, the cripple guy puts his hand in the mashed potatoes.
Is that a scene in that?
I think.
Why do you put his hand in the mashed potatoes?
It's just, like, gross out humor.
Oh.
Because he has, like, boils on his hand. He's like, okay, everyone, time to serve your mashed potatoes. And then he serves them by hand. It's like getting a fistful of mashed potatoes.
I would eat it.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why those people are so bigoted that they won't just eat the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I'm sure he washed his hand. Like, I don't know. Kind of cringe, but anyways. Cancel whoever wrote that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so basically he's having a cool night. I don't know if you want to mention that one thing.
No, I'll save it for later.
Save it for later.
Yeah.
Save it as an FLA for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So here's some noise going on outside. The TV cuts out. And then he puts on... I always thought it was so cool, his little outfit. Like, I don't know, he has like a little... What is it? It's not a bomber jacket, is it?
I don't remember, honestly.
I don't know. He has like a cool jacket and like a helmet that kind of doesn't fit, like with goggles.
Yeah, the helmet is cool.
And then like a BB gun.
I like his cool little trick he does with it later.
The BB gun?
No, the helmet.
What is this cool trick?
It's not really a trick. It's like when he makes Kent think he's still in the bed.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
That's a classic trick.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you ever try doing that?
No.
No, I didn't think you would.
I don't think I ever had a reason to do that.
That's true. That's true. I feel like I did it, but not like... It's not because I was like, oh, I have to sneak out and like go like, chase someone or something. Like, it was just like, oh, I want to see if this works. Because I've seen that in movies so many times. And I think it did.
Yeah.
I think. I don't remember the context. But it was like... it was like, oh, I went to drive to go to school or something, like at college.
Mm.
And I was like, let me like put pillows and like blankets under my blanket and see if Terry thinks I stayed asleep. And I think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a classic. It's a classic move.
Yeah. I did that and left it in my bed for 4 days, and nobody ever noticed. Nobody was like, "Where's Evan?"
Nobody cared.
Nobody
That was
cared.
fucking gone. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Poor Evan.
That's a lie.
Oh. Well, if you ever need a hug or a friend, let me know.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, and then we'll make that a call to action in the YouTube video.
I was on the RNS retreat, so I was like, let me put this here and see if they think I'm home.
We should have actually talked. We went to like this anime convention, like it's like a small 1-day anime convention. There was like a rival podcast there.
A rival podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
podcast.
described them like that.
I would, but we should have like brand brand synergy and stuff. We should have like gone on, but we didn't really have an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I had one, but I didn't take it.
And then anyways, yeah, we should have done it.
No, I didn't want to.
I would have done it. I should have done it.
It probably would have been like really cringe.
I mean,
Not you. I mean, like.
the name of their podcast was cringe. I mean, I guess ours is too. I don't know. Whatever.
Ours is awesome.
Ours is pretty badass, but yeah, Hogarth. I always thought his drip was immaculate. I always thought he looked so cool and fun when he like runs in the woods.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be like a little soldier like that. That's cool.
You should try it.
Yeah, I should try it. I should try it. I should try it like at 25 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Put on a helmet and a fucking army jacket and a gun and like go run out somewhere. Yeah.
People just think you're mentally handicapped.
Anyways, Hogarth, he had the drip. He went out in the woods, and you know what he finds is the Iron Giant.
Yeah, at the it's like, what is it? I don't know.
It's like a transformer.
Yeah.
Like an electric transformer or whatever.
Mm.
And then he's trying to eat the metal, but it's electrocuting him. Cause, and then and Hogarth saves him, which is fucking badass. That part's badass. Do you agree?
Yeah.
With that? Yeah, because Hogarth gets scared and runs away, but then he realizes the robot's being hurt by the electricity.
Would he have died?
So he runs back. The robot?
Yeah.
Probably not.
So would he just be electrocuted till like it gives out? Till like blows up? That probably would have happened, right?
I think what would have happened is that would have been like he would have laid there long enough for like the workers that would go there to come back or something.
Yeah. And
they would have called the government. The government would have taken it.
Yeah.
And I think it would have remained off in perpetuity, probably. Because I think it turned back on because Hogarth fed it metal. Remember, because he like tests it out and like throws a chunk of metal into his like asleep throat.
Yeah. Without
his consent, I might add.
Oh yeah.
And I think that like powers him up enough to like get him like moving again.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. And that's super badass.
It is. What do you think of his design?
The robot.
Yeah, the Iron Giant.
The Iron Giant himself.
The Iron Giant, not the robot. The Iron.
I don't know. He's like he's like an Art Deco character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looks like He looks like if a Jetsons building was a transformer. Like from Transformers.
Yeah.
I don't want to be confusing because we just mentioned like an IRL electric transformer.
Well, of course, his design and, as you mentioned, just the movie in general, kind of, like a throwback, a love letter to like the space age kind of fiction from the 50s. Yeah. So, I've all just taking place during that time. So.
Yeah. So he's inspired by like 50s sci-fi.
Yeah.
And he's cool.
He being Brad Bird.
He being the Iron Giant, but yeah, Brad Bird.
Oh, okay.
Brad Bird is same difference.
Okay, yeah,
sure. Yeah. He's freaking cool.
Yeah, and you see some of the 3D animation in the scene as well, with him.
None of it really. I do agree that it's not like great, but the only time
I'm not saying it's bad, but there's like a couple of scenes where each is like standing or each of walking. It's like, oh, it looks like kind of weird. Not weird. It doesn't look weird. It's just like it looks kind of
stands out.
No, I wouldn't say even. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
It's like doesn't blend.
I guess, but but it's not bad.
I think the only time it's really like kind of bad, and I always thought so, even when I was a kid, is like the evil form.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Other than that, though, I think the whole movie looks pretty good. It's not, it's not seamless, but it's not bad. Like, for example, in Looney Tunes Back in Action, I watched a good chunk of that a while ago. They don't go super heavy on the CGI, but when they do use it, it looks fucking terrible. It's kind of weird because they'll have a scene where you have Bugs Bunny, like, 2D animated over, like, a real hallway, and then there's another Looney Tunes character, like one of the nameless grunt guys, like a cowboy, and he's, like, in the foreground, like, running away, and they expect your eye to be on Bugs Bunny, but if you look at the other character, it's like, that's not even fully rendered. Like, it's not, yeah. It looks really fucking bad. There's nothing even close to that bad in this, though.
There's too much love put into it.
There's a lot of love and a lot of heart in this film.
Yeah, that's why it flopped.
Yeah.
Because people don't like things like that. They like that the love
They want him to be a gun.
Yeah, they want him to be a gun.
They want him to be.
They love the no love fucking consumer sheep media that looks like shit.
They do.
That's what makes the money. That's what makes the big bucks.
You can't see it, but I'm shaking my head in discontent.
Yeah. I was surprised though to see that actually. I read that this movie had flopped when it came out. I was like, oh,
it did really good.
I feel like it's such a staple of like a pop culture now. It's like, oh, it's surprising to see that.
As far as Western 2D animation goes,
yeah.
If you tell someone like, think of a 2D animated movie like from America that's not Disney, this might be what they say.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Possibly.
I don't know what else I would say.
Awesome.
The Awesomes.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, but seriously, yeah. So it was surprising for me at least to see that it flopped.
Well, it did really good on DVD though.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a time where, like I mentioned for myself,
what about VHS though?
Kids and VHS.
What about VHS?
That's a time where kids would just watch the same movie 100 times.
Yeah.
You know, for a few years.
They still do that.
Kids are pretty stupid.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
They stream the same movie.
Now they just have autoplay on, and the parent just leaves them there.
Exactly.
What a dystopia.
I know, right?
It is pretty disturbing. Like, not to be, like a crazy boomer character, but it is pretty crazy when you see like the kids on the iPads. Mm-hmm. When you see that in the wild, it's like disturbing.
Yeah.
Because I walked into I went to dinner with my grandma like last week. And then I saw this family come in, and all the kids had separate iPads that they were just like staring at while they were like walking to the table. I was like, holy shit.
That's awesome.
It's creepy. It's really creepy.
I like that.
Those kids are being like born and bred to be like sit in a cubicle.
Stupid.
Well, yeah.
To be feeble.
Yeah, to be feeble and inept and like just sit in the cubicle and stare at their screen until they go home. It's like creepy. Poor kid. I mean, maybe they'll be all tourist animators or something.
Maybe. You don't know what they're looking at. You don't know what they're doing on that damn screen.
They're looking at C++.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. No, they're looking at Cocomelon.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have it, like, on autoplay. I know, it's so creepy. So creepy.
They're looking at Elsa Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're looking at Elsa That's even old. I wonder what kids look at now. They look at Evan's toy reviews or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is that actually the name?
Yeah. I see, you know why I know that? Because it's like one of the...
You thought it was me.
Because I was like, oh wow, he has a lot of Oscar figures to go through.
You saw Marvel Legends Beast figure review went up.
I said, yo, let me watch this 5-year-old review this. No, it's because I kid you not, on my Samsung television, okay, I have a very impressive big 4K Samsung television.
True,
okay,
true.
Very impressive,
yeah.
Very expensive. Okay,
that's true.
So when I go on, I don't have cable, and on my home screen, it shows you, like, recommended stuff to watch. Mm-hmm. And then they have, like, a free cable service that they do, like, just on the TV through the internet. And then also it'll show you, like, specific channels to watch. And one of them is Evan's toy reviews.
Oh.
So this dude has like top billing.
Congratulations.
Like he's next to like Fox 5.
I'm glad.
That's nuts.
I'd rather watch Evan Toy's review than Fox 5 News.
I feel bad for that because his parents are stealing all that money.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Poor Evan.
But he'd probably living like better by default from that. You know, like if his parents are living lavishly,
maybe
he probably living decently.
Maybe. But it's like, where did all that money go, Mama? Where did all that money go?
He can't understand that.
But he understands the articulation points of a Marvel Legends beast. Or the paint application of on a classic Ray figure from Evangelion.
The paint. Oh, the paint. I think you said the paint application. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, the paint apps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, Iron Giant. So what does he do next? So Hogarth runs out of the woods. He runs away in fear, but he has a little connection with this character, with the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
But his mom's mad. She say like, where you go, whatever. And then he goes back home. I kind of don't like. I just watched it and I was like, damn, like this hand scene kind of sucks. You know what I'm talking about?
When the Iron Giant's hand is.
Yeah, it's like running through his house.
Oh, okay. So does he? But he didn't immediately take him home yet. After that,
no,
it's not until the next day.
Well, he goes back, and then, I mean,
because the hand is when he takes him to live in the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't that.
I mean, what happens between like I don't know. It's not that long.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. I know specifically that didn't happen.
But I know he does go back, and he's like he shows him the Iron Giant shows him like the switch.
Do you think the Iron Giant is a child? That's what I was thinking when I was watching it.
No.
You don't think so?
I think when he banged his head, it like factory reset him.
Oh. Okay.
And I think there's some type of like. Normally he would like learn.
Well, he doesn't have memory, so
he's like an AI.
Yeah.
I think he's like an AI where he would like learn artificially, like a human being, but like he's a robot. So I think when you like reset him, then he has to start over.
Maybe he was sent to destroy us, but he got fucked up.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Perhaps. My thought was like he's not. I don't think he was even supposed to end up on Earth, but who knows?
Where was he going? Is he an alien?
Well, obviously.
But is he an alien or was he built by aliens?
I would guess that he was in fact, yes, built by aliens.
Interesting.
If I had to speculate on the Iron Giant's origins.
That's what I'm saying. So is it like because like Transformers, they're actually like living beings. Like you know what I mean? Like they're like they're the inhabitants of their fucking planet.
Yeah, I don't think
he's.
I don't think he's like a guy.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think he's like a soldier from a robot planet. I think he's like a tool.
Yeah.
That like for the sake of simplicity, they were like, oh well, we're like a genius society. Like just give him sentience. So
is there Sentinels?
Kinda.
X-Men Sentinel.
Yeah, he's kind of like an X-Men. Who would win, Iron Giant or X-Men Sentinel?
Good question. I don't know.
Iron Giant would win. Yeah, he would win.
I'm pretty sure he's a lot bigger than the fucking Sentinels, so.
Sentinels are pretty big though.
But I don't think they're like as big as him.
I mean, the Iron Giant is what, like 70 feet tall?
I don't know. Anyway.
That's about the size of like a big, huge Sentinel, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways. I
didn't think they like towered over like a city like that.
Well, because I can imagine like Wolverine is like the size of a Sentinel's head.
Yeah.
And
I guess,
like,
yeah.
Hogarth is about the size of the Iron Giant's head, so I think they're about to scale.
Maybe.
Anyways.
I have to look it up.
But yeah, I think it would be like a super smart race. And then like they're at the point where they can just give their like tools sentience for the sake of like efficiency.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's alive and he's like sentient. And I like that part where like Hogarth's like, my mom says that every good thing has a soul.
Yeah.
I like that part. Do you like that part?
Yeah, I did.
I do like that part. So yeah, I think he's like a tool, but I also think he is like alive. He does have a soul, but I don't think he's like a person, like from a different.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, because obviously we don't really find out his origin, but
it's funny because I've always like assumed these things, but I've never like talked about them. So I don't know. It was your first time watching it, so
yeah. So I mean, I didn't really think about it too much while I was watching the movie, but afterwards I'm like, oh, is he a fucking alien?
Yeah.
Or was he built by aliens?
Or was he built by China?
Or was he built by China?
He could have been built by China.
Yeah, I guess.
There's nothing to.
He could have been built by the Russians. It's never debunked.
It's
never debunked.
They consider that throughout the film.
Yeah.
That's oft stouted by the.
It's never debunked.
The townspeople, and it's never debunked.
So.
What if on the inside of his little eyes there's like a fucking hammer and sickle?
I feel like he's awesome.
Everyone would be like, wow, he's way cooler now. So yeah.
Things to consider.
Things to ponder.
About the Iron Giant.
About the Iron Giant lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, he goes.
But I like the next day when he comes back into the woods and tells and they like he sees like he's like friendly to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he appreciates that Hogarth had saved him.
Yeah, and he shows him the switch, and he's like, "Oh, you remember I saved you?"
Yeah.
Or like, "You saw I saved you."
Yeah, and this is when I started thinking, oh, he's kind of childlike.
Yeah.
Like the way he just kind of interacts.
Well, because before
Hogarth,
too, he was
like
just like. Well, obviously he's not like a baby, because he has like perfectly fine motor function.
Yeah, he's a toddler.
You know what I mean? But yeah, he can.
He's a little Einstein.
He's a little Einstein. Yeah. Climb aboard. Anyways, yeah, so he can move around fine and just like pick a. Basically, he's just like, I have to eat, so he just go and walk around finding metal.
Wasn't the ship alive in Little Einsteins?
Maybe.
I think it was. Anyways.
Little Einsteins. Did you ever watch that movie?
What movie?
Little Einsteins.
I saw the TV show.
Did you know it was a movie before that?
I did not.
It was a live action movie.
No, I definitely.
And they were babies.
I definitely did not see.
And they had in the sequel, they had like the guy. It was like a toddler, and he was like the guy.
Did they have a ship?
In the movie? No, I don't think so. But yeah, that's a great movie.
Isn't that Baby Geniuses?
Oh, really?
That's not. Yeah, that's not Little. I'm like, you're talking about Baby Geniuses.
Well, you're gonna tell me they're not the same thing.
No, because Little Einsteins are like kids.
I guess they are. They're like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baby Genius is badass though. You remember that?
I do remember it.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, they have like a nice little growth to their relationship, and then he starts to teach him like some words.
Yeah.
He say tree, he say rock, and I think he does a good job of like briefly teaching him how to talk, like vaguely without going too much into it.
Yeah.
Like they do a good job of just like, okay, he can kind of understand, which is good.
He says like a full sentence at the end of the movie.
I am Superman. Does he say I am?
Yeah, he does.
I am Superman.
Or does he say I Superman?
I'm pretty sure he just says Superman.
I wasn't even talking about that, but he says like later. I forgot what he says. And he also does say I am not a gun or something.
I am not a gun. That's facts though. Yeah. Was that a good impression?
It was. Yeah.
Thank you.
Vin Diesel. It's a good Vin Diesel impression.
Thank you. Rock, please be in Fast 9.
Oh, can we talk about the actually before he had went back to go see him, he's in school.
Oh yeah.
Before that, and they're doing the fucking nuclear test.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Because you messaged me.
This movie is relevant.
It's very relevant. You messaged me, yeah, everything from like
blaming Russians and talks about getting nuked.
And it's crazy. You know what's crazy to me is that they mentioned China.
Do they?
That I feel like that would not have been a 1950s thing to say, but it would have been like a 1999 thing to say. You know what I mean? Because there's one part where what's his name, the general guy.
I don't know if I agree, because like the Korean War had happened and all that.
Was that related to nukes?
No, but I just mean like reference. What by that time they probably had nukes as well.
China?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't know Chinese history, so what the fuck do I know?
I don't think China was like a nuclear threat until like the 80s. But I could be completely fucking wrong. But anyway, I was kind of shocked for him to bring up Russia and China in the same sentence. He's like, it could be Russia, it could be China. It's like, why? It's like, bro, you're at a candy shop. Like, calm down. But anyways, so we talking about the classroom.
Yeah.
So you were telling me while you were watching it, you were like, this movie is like really like, I don't remember how you put it, but like dark, whatever.
Well, I had said that afterwards.
Okay.
But it was not in reference to that scene.
But when I was rewatching it, that was the first time when I was like, God damn, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because especially the part that got me was it cuts to it. It doesn't show you like the whole. It's like one of those nuclear like warning videos, which are effectively like the most worthless things on the planet.
Yeah, but they did have those.
Well, of course, yeah, they did, and they had the turtle guy. Remember the turtle guy?
No.
Yeah, he was the turtle
From Master of Disguise.
Yeah, and he says, "Welcome to the Turtle Club."
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, the turtle from like the nuclear PSA things.
No, I don't know.
And he'd be like, "Stop, drop, and hide," and he would like pull into a shell.
Oh no,
or something. I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyways, there's a little girl, I think, and then she like gets under her desk. It is in the cartoon that they're showing in class. Oh wait, no. First, back up. I'm sorry. The first thing that happens, like the class is like bored. They're like laying down. They're sleepy, and then it shows like a normal city on the PSA, and then there's a giant explosion, and it says "Nuclear Holocaust."
Yeah.
That's insane.
It is insane.
That's an insane thing to say.
Irrelevant.
And then towards the end of the PSA, it shows a little girl. And she gets under her desk, and then a nuke drops directly onto her desk, and then it explodes. And
but
then
she was saved
and
by
then
the desk.
Everything except her and the desk and like a few feet of like the ground under her, everything is incinerated except for that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is like nuts.
She was saved by the desk.
She was saved.
You would live.
You would live. But it would be through the grace of God, I think, mostly.
No, it would be through whoever built that desk.
So definitely, yeah, that guy was using a number 2 pencil.
Yeah, exactly.
A number 2 screwdriver.
But no, I just want to say about this scene. I feel like obviously it's good to just like obviously setting up the time of the movie, and it plays into the whole space age thing. But also, I feel like it's relevant to the themes of the movie.
It is.
Kind of living in this inconstant fear, I guess, of the other. That's definitely a thing with the Iron Giant. So there's also that's like, Russia, China, they were gonna fucking nuke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the PSA sets that up, and then it also is like followed up on later by what's his name? The guy, the Conan guy.
The who?
I always thought he looked like Conan O'Brien.
Kent. Kent Mansley.
Mansley.
Yeah,
that's what he is. Yeah. So.
I remember him being Kent though, because I remember when Hogarth is like, "Morning, Kent."
Oh yeah.
And he's like, and he tells the mom, "Oh, just call me Kent." That's the reason I'm like,
I think of Mansley because the general says,
"Yeah,
get the fuck off my phone, Mansley."
Yeah.
But yeah, what does he say later? Yeah, when he's like screaming at Hogarth, there's an element of like fear mongering. That the PSA kind of sets that up, and also like the government people kind of. They also touch on that. So
yeah,
but the world wants you to be afraid. The world wants you to subjugate everyone.
Yeah,
but Hogarth and the Iron Giant, they say nay.
Why don't you think everyone is evil?
They say nay.
Why do you think everyone's evil?
Two individuals, Evan, that could not be more estranged, but with their childlike wonder, they come together, and they save the world, don't they?
Is that on the Letterboxd synopsis?
No, mine was better. In fact.
Yeah. They saved the world.
Well, they say that,
They saved that town.
Pretty good chunk of, like, that city, whatever that was. There's a lot of people.
Where are they?
Ohio?
Is it Ohio?
Yeah, I think so.
Bro went to Ohio.
Only in Ohio. Yeah, it says it on the thing. Where were they? Maine.
Or
Maine. But yeah, I like the element of it's like one of those sci-fi stories, but it's actually kind of set in a slightly more realistic,
Yeah.
realistic 50s setting, because it's really not all you know, not all sunshines and rainbows necessarily. Because I feel like the nuclear PSA cartoon they show in the school is like a dead giveaway.
To what?
Of the movie's like idea about that time period.
Oh yeah. It must be a weapon.
Yeah, and I like
fucking destroy us.
Right?
Yeah.
What a fucking piece of shit, Mansley.
Jeez.
What? Oh, that was unwarranted.
No, he is a piece of shit. He literally does get like all the people almost killed.
Yeah, he almost decides to kill like, I don't know, hundreds of people. At least.
I don't know how many people live in that town in Maine, but probably.
Hundreds at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it goes into thousands or not.
Yeah.
Possible.
It is possible.
Yeah. So.
And who knows how big that dang thing is. Wait, what year was it set in?
I don't know.
57?
I'm not sure.
I wonder how many nukes we had then. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know, I'm just curious, like... Would it have been like... There's no way they would drop like a giant one.
I don't know.
Do you think if there was an Iron Giant IRL, like today, what do you think would happen?
I think he would land in the woods and he'd meet a little boy. And then he would teach the Iron Giant that you can be good.
Yeah.
And the Iron Giant would choose to be good.
I'm not gonna lie, Evan, this is a beautiful fucking story.
Yeah, and then like they shoot a nuke and he stopped the nuke.
Do you think Avengers 1 was inspired by the Iron Giant?
Avengers 1?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say probably not.
I feel like saving people from a nuke is pretty like standard.
Yeah.
But Iron Giant did it better. Just saying.
I guess that's true. Yeah. I don't know. That, not to give the MCU any credit, of course, but that scene is epic in Avengers 1.
It is.
That's definitely one of the best scenes in the movie.
But at the same time, Iron Giant is the best nuke preventing scene of all time.
Oh yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
To be fair. That part is badass though.
It is.
And then what else? What else happens in this cool movie?
Yeah, he takes him home from the woods after.
Yeah, so that's the part I don't really like. I don't know. It's just like, all right.
Do you like the part with the train though?
Yeah, I do like the part with the train.
He gets fucked up by the train.
And then,
cause he's trying to eat the railroad tracks, but then Hogarth's like, no, you can't do that, and the train's coming, so you have to fix him really quick, but he gets hit by the train.
And then that's the first time that you can see they establish that he can pull himself back together.
Yeah. I was like, did nobody on that train die?
No, they're okay. I feel like this fact that they show the conductor is supposed to be like, okay, they're all fine.
Yeah. I don't think they were... I'm guessing... I think it was like a cargo train.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it wouldn't be a passenger train, would it?
Well, it could be, but I think it was like cargo.
Yeah. And then, they have that cute little scene where the hand, like, runs through the house. I never really liked that scene very much.
It's okay, I guess.
I guess it's like a cute little scene.
Yeah.
I kind of like when he throws the penny and it knocks the entire, like, shelf fixture down. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that scene it's fun.
And I do like the ending, because he's about to get the hand out the door and then, the ops come.
Kent.
Yeah.
Kent Mansley.
Yeah.
Which we haven't really even... I mean, we've talked about him, but we haven't talked about his introduction into this story.
Well, his first scene was, like, checking out the power station area.
And he finds a Hogarth's gun.
Yeah, and he's kind of like,
gun.
I'm above this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then Iron Giant, like, at this point, he's still in the woods, and he just eats his car, which is pretty cool. And then, but yeah, he's, the guy who works there gives him Hogarth's gun, and then he's able to piece that together later that it's Hogarth's, and then... he questions Hogarth and so forth. Hogarth needs to stop writing his name on everything.
He's a little kid.
Look
him be doing shit like that.
Yeah, like Andy. From Toy Story.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you're in a small town, they'll be like, "Oh, this is Hogarth Hughes."
Yeah.
I'll bring it to his mom. But yeah, he finds the camera too. You know, it was like, damn, Hogarth.
Which did not have his name on it, I think, right? Oh no, it did. It did. It was on the.
It says Hughes, I think.
It was on the the strap, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
okay.
so. But yeah, so. I don't love that scene, but I think it pays off pretty well when he's like about to get him out.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the ops come.
What do you think about the character designs in this movie?
I love it.
You do?
I think
that kind of animation.
Even since I was a little tiny baby, I always thought Mansley was like too overboard.
What do you mean?
Because he has a giant fucking forehead.
He does have a big forehead.
I feel like he's a bit too much.
It didn't bother me too much.
I mean, I wouldn't say it. Well, you know what? It does bother me a little bit.
You know what the animation kind of reminds me of? Or at least, like, Dean. He kind of reminds me of, like,
Cool World?
No, not Cool World.
Oh.
The Road to El Dorado.
Yeah.
He looks like one of those two dudes.
Yeah, I can see that. Dean is epic.
He is.
Dean is probably the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, I remember I said he was like a proto-hippie. He has like the yin and yang robe. You know? He's like an artist. He has a soul patch.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He's a hipster.
No. I don't think you can call him that. Because he's like from the 50s.
I don't know how I just said that as a joke. So.
Well, I'm just saying.
He's just a man. He doesn't like to be labeled.
Yeah, he doesn't abide by any...
He told me he doesn't like to be labeled, so
yeah.
don't say that.
He doesn't abide by any fucking rules.
Yeah, he just does what he wants.
Oh, he's epic, though.
He is.
But, yeah, fucking Iron Giant is really cool. And then, Mansley, like, moves in, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, to fucking harass the child more.
Well, I always liked, it always made me so hungry when he sprinkles the laxative in his drink.
Yeah.
And, like, the ice cream.
It made you hungry. You're like, damn, I want to shit.
Yeah, I want him to use my mouth as a toilet. No, I always like that because, like, the way he's, like, talking while he's eating, he's like, and he's, like, eating the whipped cream and stuff, and I was like, oh, ice cream. I love ice cream. And I like the way Hogarth, like breaks it up and sprinkles it in.
Yeah.
That's the first time I learned what a laxative was.
Oh, really?
It was from this movie.
Nice.
I used my context clues.
Yeah.
And I was like, lax, that makes you poop. That's funny.
Yeah.
Because it says, like, Cocoa Lax on the thing.
You learned a lot from this film.
I did. I learned how to be Superman.
Yeah.
I learned that I'm not a gun. I learned...
Lax.
What?
Lax.
Yeah, I learned what laxatives are.
Yeah.
I learned that having a BB gun with a flashlight taped onto it is really cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. A lot of badass stuff.
I agree.
And I like the weight of a lot of the animation and stuff.
What do you mean?
I don't know, it just looks really good when, like, the something like the flashlight falling has a lot of weight to it, like an old school flashlight.
Yeah. Would
have been made of, like, I don't know if they were made of metal. Were they?
I'm not sure.
Like old school flashlights? I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
I think so. Or, like I said, like him, like, there's a lot of weight to it when he, like, crushes the candy. I don't know, everything looks really good. Looks so perfect.
Yeah, the budget, they probably had a decent budget. I don't know for sure, but, it looks like it looked good, all the animation.
Beautiful movie.
They didn't really cut any corners.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
The animation style in this movie, it reminds me of a lot of those, it's of its time, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, I mentioned, like, Road to El Dorado, and, like, like, Atlantis. It looks, like, very similar to, like, I don't know what the animation style at that time was, but,
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to call it, but it's kind of like... It's, like, old school Disney with a bit more of, like, an edge to it.
I guess so, yeah.
Like, a little more realism to it. Because you could see, like, if you looked at, like, the mom or, like, Hogarth and you'd, like, put them next to, like, Cinderella... It's, like, a little more caricature-y.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But it's
still kind of, like... I don't know. Still looks a little bit like Disney, I guess.
Yeah.
But I love this animation style, and that's one thing I wanted to mention too in general about this movie is I miss 2D animation. 2D animation is a beautiful thing.
It's coming back.
No, it's not.
come back.
It's called
The 3D animations are flopping.
What is it called? Well, that's facts.
Yeah.
You want to mention that?
Well,
real
actually,
quick?
it's funny because I saw, because they've been having like anime films go into movie theaters and they've been doing really well. So I don't know, like that One Piece movie that got released.
That do really good.
Yeah.
I guess
And, of course, that's 2D animation.
Did it do good in America?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had like the Fathom events release here.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And of course, the Evangelion release is happening. So yeah.
Well, I hope that means something.
Maybe, I don't know. I thought it was worth mentioning.
And there's also Animation Domination on Fox.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's like the block of like Family Guy and
okay.
American Dad on Fox.
Bob Burgers.
And Bob's Burgers. Yeah. And what else they got?
Simpsons.
And Duncanville.
And Simpsons, right?
And The Simpsons, yeah. But yeah, I love 2D animation.
Yeah.
And yeah, that does remind me of what's that movie that flopped? Fantasy
Strange World.
Oh yeah, Strange World. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I did briefly see that in the group chat. That spoilers for Strange World. That it takes place in the human body.
That's what Andy said.
That's what Andy said. That's so lame.
That's like what's it called? Osmosis Jones.
It's like fucking Magic School Bus.
Osmosis Jones.
Well, that too, but like, come on. You know?
I don't know.
That's the lamest thing you can do.
That kind of has doesn't that have like a 50s type of aesthetic as well?
No. I mean,
I think like the trailer goes with like the voice. I remember like the narration and like the
you're right.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of had that.
It does, yeah. It's like, go on a strange adventure.
Yeah.
Like something like that. And then definitely I remember the title screen was like Amazing Fantasy or like Strange Tales. It was kind of like that, yeah. But just like shrinking down and going into a body is the most hack like bullshit.
No. Osmosis Jones is of it.
That's so lame.
And
if I could be in
Magic School Bus is also epic, so.
Well, I mean Magic School Bus is like, I guess there's nothing wrong with the premise. You just got to do it right, but like just make like, I don't know, it just looks like Cloudy with the chance of meatballs like bullshit like in a body.
Yeah.
And they're just getting so lazy with the character designs and everything.
Yeah.
Disney, I don't know, very disappointing. Very sad.
Very disappointing.
Yes.
I suppose.
For the medium.
For the medium, yeah.
Yeah. Disney should be at the front, but they're just like, they're not trying, so no one's trying.
Well, of course, Minions Rise of Gru was an epic film, so.
I mean, honestly, I would put money on the fact that movie's better than Strange World.
Of course, Minions Rise of Gru was epic.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. So I guess our only hopes are Warner Brothers and Illumination.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And DreamWorks, of course.
And DreamWorks.
Yeah. Puss in Boots, I heard they did their early screenings this weekend. That was, people were saying it was really good. And the animation does look good, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are we going to see it?
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
It will be.
I really hope there's a Shrek cameo.
I kind of don't. But
I really hope there is.
Yeah. It could happen.
Like, Puss, I need you back in the band.
That would be awesome.
You say anything for you, boss.
Yeah.
It'd be epic.
I'm waiting till Shrek 5 to see Shrek again.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah, the Iron Giant. What else about the Iron Giant, Evan? You make him poop.
Yeah, he does make him poop. Does he?
Yeah, he makes him the laxatives.
Oh, I think he meant the Iron Giant. He made the Iron Giant poop.
No, the Iron Giant doesn't poop.
Yeah, he does.
I guess he converts the metal into energy and then it's like incinerated and that's it.
Like electricity or something. Yeah.
And then, yeah, so he makes him poop. Hogarth makes, Mansley poop.
Yeah.
After he screams at him.
Well, we didn't even mention that he took the Iron Giant to the junkyard.
Oh, yeah. Is that before that?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so he takes the Iron Giant to Dean's junkyard.
Yeah.
Which is a fun...
Which is where we find out Dean even works at the junkyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's the first time you see his art, which I love that.
I do like it. Cool.
I always thought it was so funny when, like, the Iron Giant's just, like, eating. And he's like, he does the whole explanation of, like, some of this stuff is junk, some of this stuff is art. What you happen to be eating is art. and he screams.
He did scream.
And then he puts, like, the Iron Giant feels bad, so he, like, kind of, like, straightens it out and puts it back. And then he puts it down and he's like, oh, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I love that.
That was really good. I liked it, too.
I love that. And Dean is just a cool fucking guy. As someone without a father, I like Dean. I wish he was my father. Yeah. And you'll have to excuse me, I didn't watch the ending. Don't they, like, they imply that the mom and him are going to get together or something?
It's not an implication. They do get together.
They do get together. Yeah. Is there a time jump? No, there's no time jump.
I guess kind of.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like a huge time jump, but there is one.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have to excuse me. I missed, like, the last chunk of it. But I did watch the end of it because I cried. Because I was doing something else. I was, like, straightening up my room and doing laundry and stuff. And I had the Iron Giant on. It's in the background. Because, by the way, they took it off HBO Max. And it was, like, leaving
I watched
HBO
it on Tubi.
Max. Yeah, it was on Tubi.
Yeah.
I watched it on an alternative streaming site.
Should have watched it on Tubi.
Throw Tubi some dollars.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have Tubi on my phone. I was watching it on my phone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I saw on HBO Max one day, it was like, oh, Iron Giant's leaving soon. And I was like, why? Like, this is your movie.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's stupid. But yeah, so I decided to watch it, and then, yeah, it definitely made me cry. And it's like, slowly as the movie was playing in the background, I got more drawn into it, and I just, like, sat down and, like, kept watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a great movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole Dean part is fun. Dean is a cool character. They, like, drink espresso together and whatnot. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that scene.
Yeah.
He's, you really just let some random kid walk into your shit.
Yeah, I like the part where he's like...
I would have been like, bro, can you get out?
He's like, I don't make it a habit to call the police on people or, like, something like that.
He's not a snitch.
Yeah, he's no snitch. He's no snitch. He's a live and let live kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I respect. But yeah, the Iron Giant has, like, a nice little place to stay for now.
Yeah.
You know, sleep in the junk piles.
With endless food.
But, you know, he's got a good amount of food.
Yeah.
He has a new friend.
He does.
Another new friend, Dean. And, you know, all type of crazy stuff happens, doesn't it? All type of cool stuff.
Yeah.
I
initially thought Dean was going to be a government agent.
Really?
At first. Yeah, because I'm like, oh,
why
is he in the town? Like, when you first see him in the first scene, then later when Carr gets bit. They were saying something like, they're like, what kind of person would they send, whatever, and Dean's in the scene. I was like, oh, is he going to be like an undercover agent? But then you get the introduction to Mansley, like, right after.
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh, that was just, like, in the back of my mind.
Yeah, because they do a slow build-up of, like, the old crazy guy from the opening from the ship.
Yeah.
He keeps going on about how they're sending someone or he called on them. And then finally they actually reveal it's Mansley. But yeah, that's also the scene with Dean. But no, Dean would never be a narc.
No, certainly not.
But
I didn't know that at the time.
Not in his character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always thought Mansley looked like Conan.
He does kind of look like Conan, bro.
But like with like a thin, weird, tall head.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Dean is epic. You know, they start doing arts and crafts together. That's pretty cool. Hogarth makes him like do the crazy, which is like the least safe thing ever. It's like scary.
What?
When the Iron Giant like turned into
the water.
Well, that's awesome.
Oh.
But no, when he like Hogarth gets in an old car and then like makes the Iron Giant like spin him around really fast.
Yeah.
I always thought that looked really scary.
It did. You know what else we didn't talk about? The scene where he tells him about Superman.
Wait, when does that happen?
That's when they're in the woods.
Oh.
Before he's even in the junkyard. Because he tells him about Superman and Atomo.
Atomo?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did miss that part. What is it? What happens?
I thought you would have this scene. You would have this scene, Superman. I thought you were ready to.
I do like Superman.
No.
But I mean, I remember the gist of it. He's like, that's Superman. He's a good guy.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to bring it. I don't know. I thought you would want to talk about it, but never mind.
It is epic. I love comic books. Comic books are cool. Can I mention something?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
We talked about this, but I bought Shantae, and I played Shantae, and the day you watched Iron Giant, I played Shantae for the first time, and I found out that the guy that like created Shantae worked on the Iron Giant.
Oh yeah.
As one of the ancillary like animating roles. And there's also a reference to comic books in Shantae.
He also worked on Fritz the Cat.
Really?
No.
Cool. That was a good one.
R/Lies.
R/Lies.
Yeah. Can
we do Cool Dylan Lies?
Yeah.
Now at the end?
Yeah.
Where you make up a lie about me?
Okay.
That'd be fun. But yeah. Doesn't he just say like, oh, that's Superman, he's a good guy?
Yeah. And Atomo. Was it Atomo?
I don't even remember Atomo.
Oh, it was like it looked like the Iron Giant, but it's just like like a 50 type
that one
robot.
Is he a made up
on
one?
The comic? I don't know.
I wonder.
But yeah, he tells them, "Oh, you're like Superman. You're good."
Superman.
Yeah. And obviously they have similar origins.
Yeah, they come flying from outer space. You know. As a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's exactly here, but if he also mentions about the choice to be good or evil.
Is it then?
And he says you're good.
And he says okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hogarth. And then the deer scene. The deer scene's really good.
Yeah, that's later.
I love
after
that
he like breaks. I think it's after he like gets away from Mansley or whatever. It might be around then.
That's like it's like after the cannonball part.
Yeah.
Which is also crazy. I love that part.
Yeah, they're walking through the woods and they see the deer. And of course, he's like visibly disturbed by it. The Iron Giant, I mean.
Well, they have a nice moment too, where it's like beautifully animated, and Hogarth's like, "Oh wait, there's a deer! Like, don't scare."
Yeah, but I see it get fucking shot.
And then he puts like the finger to its nose, and the deer like smells it, and then you hear like a crack of a stick, which is presumably the hunters, which they were so focused on the deer they didn't see the bang old dang robot over there, and then they shoot the deer, and then they follow the deer. And Hogarth explains to the Iron Giant the concept of death.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, that one, I think it was like moments like that where it's like, oh, this, like, I feel like, would you hear this in a Disney movie? Maybe not. Well, I just mean, I don't know if they would, like, even mention, like, death in that way.
Yeah, because Hogarth goes hard. Like, he goes hard.
Yeah, he says.
Because he's like...
He says it's not bad to die, but it's bad to kill.
Yeah! That's badass.
Yeah. And that's when I mentioned, Hogarth, maybe he's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Not vegan, because he was eating ice cream and Twinkies, but...
But also, at the same time, I think you're right, like, he wouldn't be, like, a vegan technically, but, like, you're a kid, you don't know no better.
Yeah.
So maybe when he gets older, he would be a vegan.
But I wanted to mention the we were talking about earlier, when she tells him, oh, go eat the chicken in the fridge. And he does not eat chicken, he eats Twinkies. And then, of course, he tells the Iron Giant that killing is bad once he sees them kill a deer, and he's visibly upset by this. So I was like, oh, maybe Hogarth is a vegetarian.
And also the kind of kid that would want to keep, like, a skunk and a raccoon and, like, a squirrel as a pet.
Yeah.
Probably likes all the animals, you know.
So, who knows?
Not just the predetermined ones that society tells you are okay not to kill.
Yeah, I don't think you ever see him eat meat. And like I said, there's, of course... She tells him, oh, they're chicken, and he does not eat it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And then, what are they having for dinner?
I thought it was worth mentioning.
I don't remember what they're... You see him eat a big spoonful of something orange.
So maybe he does. I don't remember.
No, it was like a goo. So it was like...
Oh, sorry.
Well, I don't know. It was like goo, so I don't know if it was like... What do people... Is it like yams that people eat?
I guess.
Is that like a fruit? Or a vegetable?
It's a sweet potato.
Yeah, it looked like that.
Oh.
So
I don't know. Like, did that scene have meat when they have dinner together with Mansley?
You definitely don't see him eat any.
Okay.
You just see him eat a big spoonful of that orange thing.
Oh, okay.
Which that was like goo. So I think you're right. I think it was like yams or whatever.
So who knows? I don't know.
Maybe. And it's a nice like. There's a nice like two-edged thing of it. It's like he's a kid and he doesn't want to eat meat, so he eats like fucking cake.
Yeah.
I don't know, that kind of double makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like it's like, okay, also, obviously, it could be like, oh, his mom's not home, and she told him to eat the chicken, and of course, he just eats the fucking desserts for dinner, like a little kid, but, I don't know, I thought it was an interesting little thing with the deer scene.
It does line up.
Yeah, so.
It does line up.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Cool. Well, can we do the, well, not yet, but, I don't think we're going to go too much longer, but can we do some fun facts?
Yeah, of course.
Because I feel like this movie probably has some good ones. And then what else? What else you got?
But he also sees the gun in that scene. And if when you get like a little hint of, there's something, because you see his eye turn red.
That was
but
good.
Hogarth kind of like, I forgot he says something, but it like snaps him out of it. But he didn't notice that though, that he was going into like his defense mode or whatever. But just the sight of it.
But I thought that was like really clever, because there's almost like this internal logic in the movie for how the robot works. So it's like, he's learning this new language that obviously he wasn't meant to use. But once he has, like, he sees something that connects with an idea in his brain, and then once he has a word for it, then he, like, shifts modes.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, so he's like, he didn't even know that guns existed technically until that moment.
Yeah.
And then it goes back on his, like, basic information of, like, and then that triggers his, like, defensive shit. I don't know, I think that was, like, it was pretty clever.
It also makes you wonder what would have happened if he hadn't accidentally stepped on Hogarth's BB gun at the beginning.
Oh, like if he had if he
just saw Hogarth with the
toolie.
Yeah.
Hogarth would have got incinerated.
Yeah. So
maybe.
I thought that's kind of interesting, I guess. But
Yeah, Hogarth only believes in it for self-defense.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the way he's upset about the deer was also reminding me of like a child, their first exposure to death. So
yeah, and then his first instinct is like to check on it.
Yeah.
And Hogarth's like, no. I don't know if he was scared he was gonna like rip it apart or something.
Yeah, it's like you didn't want to disrespect a fucking dead body, I guess.
Yeah, but it's at the same time it's like.
So yeah, he's a vegetarian.
Facts.
So he's like,
Facts. But I feel like an animal in the woods, there's not much you can do to like disrespect.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
It's gonna be consumed by the.
Just let it go. You go return to nature. That's why.
Yeah.
So he believes in that. Just let the return to nature.
Yeah. What a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
Hogarth is.
It's bad to kill, but it's not bad to die.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on me.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Because all things die.
It actually sounds like a shitty tagline, like Bloodsport or Bloodshot. But in the context of the movie, it's a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just lucky they didn't make it the
tagline.
The
tagline. They also kind of bring up the concept here about whether the Iron Giant can die or not.
Because he was like, I die? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, because he asked Hogarth for if he'll die, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna one day.
And that's when he explains like, he's like, oh, my mom says all good things have a soul, so you must have a soul. Yeah. I think that's a beautiful moment. Is that not a beautiful moment?
Yeah, but
that brings tears to. Do you see the tears in my eyes right now, Evan?
But the only thing is, so he's like saying, oh, if you have a soul, I guess maybe you'll die, but he's immortal. So maybe he does not have a soul.
I don't know.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking anyways.
No, he does have a soul. Don't say that.
He's immortal.
He has a beautiful robot soul.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a little hard.
Yeah. So after some... what do you want to talk about next?
What else happens? The deer's good. Dean is epic.
Yeah.
Superman.
Cool.
What else is there? I don't know.
Well, I guess Mansley does. They fool him until they don't, of course.
Oh, well, there's the scene, where at Dean's where they pose the robot like he's a sculpture.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because Mansley gets proof of the Iron Giant through the camera.
Yeah.
He left the camera, and there's he took a selfie of him and the Iron Giant with the camera.
Hogarth said, hold on, let me take a selfie.
Yeah. And then, of course, he gets it out of Hogarth that he's in the junkyard because he threatened to take him away from his fucking mother.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah. if he didn't tell him where.
Mansley deserves to be killed.
Maybe he did die. He got sentenced to death at the end.
I hope. I mean, if you fuck up that bad, that you're gonna nuke a town that you're in, and like with all your fucking army people, like you probably need to get put to death, like quietly, like behind the scenes.
He got suicided.
Yeah, if it weren't for the robot you were trying to nuke, like you would all be crapping dead. But anyways.
But yeah.
What a piece of shit. What a POS.
But Mansley, Hogarth is able to sneak out of his home.
Well put.
Doing what we mentioned before with using the helmet to pretend he's in bed.
Yeah.
And then he waits. Well, he waits until.
Oh yeah, that part is epic. Like the standoff.
Yeah.
Of them like having to stay awake.
Yeah.
That part's epic.
And then Hogarth pretends to be asleep, and then sometime he sneaks out eventually. But during that time he had told Dean, or that they were gonna come. The military was gonna come to his place in the morning. And then I guess I feel like it was probably Dean's idea. He's like, oh, let's set him up like an art piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, they come and they just think, oh, this is just his magnum opus.
Yeah, this is great creation.
Yeah, like this is just another one of his art pieces, and Hogarth had just taken a picture with the art piece.
Yeah, Dean is a really cleverly implemented character.
What do you mean?
Because it gives the Iron Giant somewhere to stay. It gives him something to eat. It gives him something to do, and something to learn.
Yeah, and
then it also gives him like a second cover later. I don't know. So Dean's
I've also some characterization for Dean.
Yeah,
him being like that artist.
You know, you get obviously him and Dean and the robot all have like good moments together. So
I just meant like him being an artist, like setting him there specifically with the metal thing. 'Cause, like it works at the cover, but it's also, just characterization for Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's a great character, and he's perfectly implemented into the story.
I agree.
Because if someone pitched to you like the Iron Giant, or like they pitched it to Warner Brothers, and you didn't have...
No, they pitched it to me.
Yeah.
David Zaslav reports to me, so...
Yeah, they say CCO Evan Thomas Rodriguez.
Yeah, exactly.
Negro Royal Lane. They say, we have this movie about this robot and this child. I feel like if you don't have Dean, it's like you can't do anything.
Yeah, you need an adult. Adult needs to be in it.
No, it's because, like, you have someone for Hogarth to confide in, you have a place to hide the Iron Giant, you have a place to feed him without, like, taking bites out of, like, people's stuff. I don't know, it's just a really clever character.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And I like what he say... What does he say?
Don't fucking shoot Hogarth.
Don't fucking shoot. That's a fact. That's a fact. No, that part is so fucked up at the end when it's like he's like, "There's a kid."
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
But yeah, after that, they're just like they're cooling and
booty.
Yeah, in Dean's junkyard. And the Iron Giant puts on the S. He says, "I Superman." Yeah. And then Hogarth is playing with him, and he grabs like the toy laser gun, points at him, and that's when his defense shit goes off. You see, he shoots out a fucking giant laser beam. And at first, Dean thinks he's just straight up trying to just murder Hogarth. So that was pretty wild.
Is there like a dog moment there?
A dog moment?
Yeah, where they're like, "Go away! Like, get out of here!"
Yeah, he says that to him.
Right. I couldn't remember. I was watching like the beginning of the movie, and I feel like there's like a Lassie moment.
Yeah.
Is it Lassie that they do that with, or something else?
I have no idea.
I don't know that like old dog movies.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "Get out of here! I don't want you no more."
Yeah, but it was more Dean. It wasn't really Hogarth.
Yeah.
Because he had Hogarth. It was Dean who finds out because of the toy gun. That's why he reacted.
Oh yeah, because Dean's like later he's like, "Here's the gun."
Yeah. But I feel like Hogarth knew, like he thought it was like an accident or something. And then the Iron Giant, of course, he says, "I am not a gun."
I am not a gun.
Yeah. And he saved the town. He runs away at first, but he proves his heroic nature.
His valor.
Yeah, he's. What does he even do? I don't remember.
He says Superman.
No, what does he do? He saves some kids somehow. I don't remember.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like on a. Are they on a billboard and he catches them from falling?
It was something like that. Something like that. But Dean and Hogarth find him there.
Oh yeah, and then
everyone's like celebrating. Oh,
it starts to spread around town. It's like he saved those kids.
Yeah. And then he's like, "I'm not a gun.
I am not a
gun." But the military people are driving away, and then they see the fucking Iron Giant in the town.
Those pussy ass fucking.
Yeah. So they show up like immediately after, and start pointing out the guns at the Iron Giant.
You can't do that.
No, you can't.
Mm-mm. You know what's funny? In the beginning of the movie, it's like I think it's like the first time Hogarth and Iron Giant like talk to each other, and he like shows him like he like mimes what crazy is, and then like the Iron Giant does it. And he's like blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
with his hands up and stuff, and then Hogarth's like, "Don't do that. They'll kill you for doing that." I don't know why.
They will.
I don't know why I always thought that was funny.
They will kill you for doing that. You can do that.
For real.
Or
worse.
Yeah.
They'll make you a performer.
Yeah. We also find out that he can fly here. Because I forget what happened.
Because he's Superman.
They run off the cliff or whatever. I don't remember exactly what happened. But then he flies, and then the government comes. They're pointing guns. No, don't. He has a kid with him. But Mansley didn't give a fuck. He said... He says that that Dean said he killed a kid.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, because he's like, oh, he has a kid with him. You can't shoot him. And then Mansley's like, he killed a kid. Shoot him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Mansley's the definition of the opposition.
Yeah.
For real.
And then he becomes the killing machine, of course.
Yeah.
After that, and Hogarth, I forgot, he like falls and gets fucked up, something like that.
Yeah.
Because he's like passed out in the car, but he wakes up.
Yeah, I think, doesn't he like climb a building to like try and like talk to him or something?
I don't remember exactly what, but he gets it fucked up somehow.
I think it's in the process of trying to talk to him, he gets fucked up or something. Yeah.
And he becomes the giant killing machine, of course. You see a transformation, which you said you didn't like.
I'm not a huge fan of it now.
It was okay for me.
I think it's like a little, I don't want to say lazy.
There's a lot going on, maybe.
I don't know. It just doesn't, I feel like it doesn't fit with his aesthetic.
Maybe.
Because like all the junk that comes out is kind of like slick and Futurama-y, but the Iron Giant's like actually like Art Deco-ish, or it's kind of like jagged.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I never really liked it.
His exterior deceiving.
Well, the true Iron Giant is what he chooses to portray to the world.
Of course, yeah.
Which is a great robot.
Yeah. And then Hogarth comes back. He wakes up and he has to find him and tell him, no, you can choose to be good. He tells him the words. You choose to be good. And then he chooses to be good. He snaps out of it. Yeah. But it's too late because the fucking nuke is coming.
Mansley already dropped the nuke. And then I don't remember what happened so that they're stuck there.
What do you mean?
Like the military people weren't going to be stuck there originally, right? But they fuck up.
Well, they're just in the town. Well, no, I think the nuke was going to follow the Iron Giant.
Oh.
Because he was like, they were trying to lure him out. I was kind of confused about the part. I was like, I don't really fully understand what's going on there.
I remember there was...
They were going to like sneak him out somehow, but then he snaps out of it and he's still in the town, so the nuke is coming right for them. Something like that. I don't remember. And Hogarth is like, oh, we're all going to die. He like legit says that. He said, we're going to die. Everyone here. And Mansley realizes he fucked up. But the Iron Giant is like Superman. And he goes and stops the nuke.
Can I say it one more time?
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah. And he tells him, don't follow. Because remember, Hogarth was saying don't follow.
Yeah.
Because he tells Hogarth, you can't come.
What a beautiful, beautiful moment.
And he just this guy caught me off guard. I was like, oh, he just flew into the nuke. Like, I thought he was going to like try and grab it or something, but he just flies straight in.
You can't grab a nuke.
Iron Man did it.
You think this is a fucking MCU movie?
Iron Man did it.
This is real fucking life, Evan.
Yeah, true. That's
true. Yeah.
But yeah, he just crashes into the damn nuke.
Oh, what a beautiful fucking movie.
Yeah. After that, I predicted the ending. I was like, yeah, there's gonna be a piece of him, and then they're gonna reattach.
Yeah.
Like earlier.
I mean, it's pretty like.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, it's sad. Oh no, the Iron Giant is dead. But they love him. There's a statue for him in the town.
Aww.
And of course the general gives. They have one piece. It's a screw. They give it to Hogarth. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a beautiful little moment, Evan, at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Where the screw. No one would guess this. Now it's it's so expertly woven into the story that you never gets this. But if you recall, he's able to assemble himself from a distance. Magnetically, and so the screw flies into the window. It rolls itself into the window, and Hogarth says,
and he opens the window.
He says,
he lets it fly out. Do you think he got factory reset again?
No.
But yeah, it flies out, and he's in fucking.
He probably should though. He's a nuke, but
he's in Antarctica or whatever.
Yeah.
If it was right, yeah, he was in Antarctica,
and it's a beautiful moment.
Yeah. And you see the Iron Giant is okay.
And he's okay.
And the movie ends.
And his little eyes light up.
Yeah.
I could not think of a better fucking movie in the world.
Oh, really?
To think of.
I feel like you said that during Alita.
Well, I like robots, I guess. You
know? Terminator 2 coming.
You know what's funny is that robots are my greatest fear, but they're also my greatest passion.
They're your greatest passion.
It is weird to me how much like
dude was in robotic club in high school.
I actually was. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Not at club, but I had a class.
Oh, okay.
I was in a robotics class in high school.
How was it?
It was cool. It was kind of cool.
Nice.
And that was the class. I don't know if you recall this. This is inside baseball, but I don't know who's. Hopefully you're still listening. Hello, fans. All our fans. Mm. But yeah, I don't know if you recall this, but Michael was in a computer class that I was in. And the guy kept my picture up, like between those years. I don't know if you recall that.
I don't. Yeah.
But yeah, it's because he was like, there's like a tutorial on Photoshop where you had to make a wanted poster of yourself, and he kept mine up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
I guess I did do a good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iron Giant. I cannot think of a better film. If I had a fucking if I had a 10-year-old boy and I was supposed to entertain him for 90 minutes. I would say I know what we're going to do.
80 minutes.
Oh, well, the rest of it we would be...
Dancing.
We would be discussing the intricacies of the Iron Giant.
Yeah. It's a good way, I think, for a kid to watch it, you know, to, like, very teachable... Simply teach a child, like, you know, morals, morality, you know, good, bad, just, you know, in, like, very simple black and white terms. Because obviously, like... When it comes to the themes of the movie, it's not like deep or anything. Not that it has to be, of course, but it's like, you know, it's like, you know, it's a simple way of being. I would
say, Evan,
you can choose to be good or bad.
I would say it is deep, but maybe it's not nuanced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
But I think it's pretty deep when Hogarth's like, I don't know. A lot of people struggle with the concept of death.
Yeah.
But Hogarth seems to have mastered it.
Oh yeah.
He says.
You're right.
He says. What does he say again?
He's saying good to die, but it's bad to kill.
It's good to die, but it's bad to kill. You know what, Hogarth? That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, you know, it's not like, oh, like, it doesn't take a genius to figure out, like, what's going on. But, you know, I think in that reason, it's good because, you know, it's relevant. But, I mean, I don't know if relevant. It is relevant, but, I mean, it's important. And it's also, you know, an adult can take away something from it, but also a kid can... take away something. Yeah, you know, it's a good kids movie.
I think it's a well executed, simple message.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining.
Yeah, I agree.
It's good, very good.
Yeah, so he can choose to be good.
There's funny poop jokes. There's,
I guess the fear mongering stuff. A kid's not going to think about that, but I feel like
yeah,
you know, adult because you can take that to like, you know, just like
I definitely never picked up on how fucked up that, like, the nuke PSA was.
Yeah.
And also, like, the shit Mansley says about, like, it could be China, it could be Russia. And when I was a kid, I was like, it could be. You're probably right.
But yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's not something I feel like a kid would think about. It's like, oh, like either that or like applying like this message about like fearing the outsider to like, you know, immigrants or anything like that.
Yeah, kids
you know what I mean?
not going to be like, oh, the warmongering United States government.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
They're not going to really like pick up on that necessarily, but
yeah, but the like, oh, you can choose to be good or bad. You know, that's.
I do appreciate that those kind of little details are in there though, like the nuclear.
No, me too.
Stuff and like the the fear mongering. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Looking back,
I agree. Even though I wasn't looking back, it's my first time watching it, but I agree. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In consideration.
Yeah, exactly. Should we do some trivia?
Hell yes.
Okay.
Do you mind if I do the trivia?
Yeah, sure.
All right, or at least I'll start it off.
I have it opened already.
Oh, do you really? Yeah. Okay. Brad Bird personally animated the scene where Hogarth rants to Dean about his problems in super fast pace after he gives him espresso because the character is talking and moving about so rapidly. Bird had to actually draw at least some part of every in-between the frames in an animated film between the key frames. Okay, so that explains what an in-between is. But yeah. So basically Brad Bird drew all of that.
Basically, Brad Bird is epic.
Yeah, he is.
So, there you go.
If you don't know, also Brad Bird, Incredibles. Incredibles Brad Bird.
He really likes the space age 50s aesthetic. Because obviously that's in Incredibles also.
Incredibles is like pretty Art Deco-y too.
Yeah, and he also directed Tomorrowland, which is also that similar vibe to it. So
yeah,
he certainly has some kind of fascination with that. Where he did also direct Ratatouille, which did not have that
at all.
Yeah,
yeah,
but it also a great movie. I love Ratatouille.
I don't even remember that he did Ratatouille.
Yeah,
good for him.
He also directed Ghost Protocol.
Oh really?
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
See, Brad Bird's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because all I ever think about him, I always think Incredibles, Tomorrowland,
and Iron Giant. And Iron Giant.
And Iron Giant. Yes. You want to read the next one?
Okay. The scene where the giant's hand was in the living room watching a Maypo cereal advert was changed in the signature edition to an advert for the Disneyland attraction Tomorrowland. Brad Bird had originally wanted the Tomorrowland advert in the film as a homage to his mentors, but Disney would not give him clearance to use it. Bird ended up directing the film Tomorrowland 2015.
Can I tell you a crazy fucking piece of trivia?
Yeah.
That's the version that I watched just now.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
When I saw Tomorrowland, I was like, what? They let him do that?
Yeah.
But they didn't.
I'm pretty sure I had the one with the cereal in it. Maybe.
Interesting.
I'll have to double check.
Yeah, I wonder why that website had that version. That's interesting.
Tubi.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch Tubi.
Oh, I think you meant...
I meant my website.
Okay.
That is interesting, though.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like... was Tomorrowland, like, a general concept before it was, like, opted by Disney? Is that why it's in here? But no, it was a direct Disney reference. That's kind of cool.
It is cool. I think I had the cereal one in it, but I'll have to double check.
Oh, yeah. Can I read this one?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to read it. You said you wanted to.
I actually heard this one. Brad Bird was in part inspired to make this film as a memorial to his sister, Susan, who died at the hands of her estranged husband by gun violence.
Jesus.
His pitch was this: what if a gun had a soul? Okay, that's not funny, but it's pretty funny.
No.
And what if a gun had a soul and didn't want to be gunned?
That is an interesting way to,
I think that really is interesting because there's like constantly that debate that people have that's like, oh, it's not the gun, it's the person holding the gun. But what if it wasn't?
What if it wasn't?
Brad Bird makes the big ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I think then would he take the side of the person? It's
yes.
That way.
Yeah. Because it's almost like, I think this movie is almost like, I wish the gun did have the choice.
Yeah.
I guess. Because then it wouldn't want to.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Rest in peace to Susan.
Rip Susan Bird, if that was her name.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last name for Annie Hogarth Hughes is a homage to Ted Hughes, author of the original children's book upon which the film is based.
Oh.
So there you go.
I've always assumed it was like the blimp guy.
Well, you assumed wrong.
I did.
But can you be blamed for it? No.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Because most people do not know who Ted Hughes is, so. Excluding the yells and groans, Iron Giant only says a total of 53 words. Only? 53 kind of a lot for, like, this robot who doesn't talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for a character that you think of as kind of a mute.
Yeah.
I wonder, does that mean, though, 53 distinct words, or does he have 53 spoken words?
Totally? I feel like probably distinct. But I don't know. I really don't know.
I feel like that's too much. I feel like it might be he speaks 53 total times.
Yeah, probably.
Words.
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
First traditionally animated feature to have a major character, the title character, who is fully computer generated. So I guess there's not a single frame where he's 2D
animated. Interesting.
That is interesting because there's definitely parts where I was like, is he 2D here?
Yeah.
But I guess never.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did he do a good job?
Yeah. For that considered.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
When the giant looks over at the hill at Rockwell, there's a moving star near the moon on the right-hand side. This is meant to be Sputnik.
No, that was meant to be his sister.
Yeah, it was his sister.
The Iron Giantess.
Yeah. That's the sequel. It's coming.
The Iron Giantess. The film is set in 1957, the same year Brad Bird was born. That's probably not a coincidence.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Unless, like, the book is set then or something.
Yeah, I guess that could be.
Yeah, but I really don't know. I don't know nothing about the book, so. I feel like the book is probably different. If it was, like, his idea to come up with the, like, the soul thing and, like, the being good or bad is a choice. I feel like the book is, I'm just guessing, I have no idea, I literally have no fucking idea, but it's a children's book. It's probably just about, like, a cool big robot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a boy and his blob.
Yeah, exactly.
A boy and his monster.
Yeah.
Boy and his dog.
Precisely.
Those type of stories.
Yeah. The 1990...
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
I apologize. But I think the gun angle, I think it's clever because it makes it more dramatic, obviously. But it also kind of, like we were talking about earlier, it makes the character, like, more intriguing. Like, what was he before he came to Earth?
He was a weapon.
What was he up to?
He was a weapon.
Well, not anymore. Now he's Superman.
He was a weapon, but he doesn't want to be a weapon. He has a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
We all have a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The 1999 film is based on a novel. Oh, this is what it is. The Iron Man. The Iron Man.
The Iron Man.
The author of the novel, Ted Hughes, who bears the same name as the characters Annie and Hogarth Hughes, wrote the novel as a way of comforting. Jesus Christ, this movie has some dark. Both the book and the movie have, like, dark background.
Seeped in tragedy.
Yes.
Both the director and the author
wrote the novel as a way of comforting his children after the suicide of their mother. Jeez.
I wonder what that book looks like. You know.
Me too.
Because that sounds like that deer scene probably, like, happened in the book too. Then
maybe.
I guess I could be wrong. But that feels very, like, you know.
I don't know if it's like, it's like there's something in the book that's like tackles that, or is it just like, look at the funny character. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like,
I feel like there's probably, like, a scene that's, like, comparable to the deer scene.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
At least. I don't know.
I know zero about the books.
But good for them.
Good for them.
Good for both of them.
Is it good for them?
Yeah, they let out their frustrations and ideas out onto this beautiful piece of art that we got to consume, Evan.
You're right.
And we got to learn from.
You're right.
So thank you, Brad Bird, and thank you, Ted Hughes. Yeah. In order to better blend the computer-generated giant... Oh, wait, did I? Although the film received high praise from critics, it was deemed a box office failure, grossing only $23 million after a reported $70 million budget.
That's kind of a lot. Probably, especially for the time.
That's pretty big.
For an animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The low earnings were partly due to the fact that the film had its nationwide debut on the same day as The Sixth Sense. That sounds like Cap.
That's Cap?
That sounds like Cap.
I don't think it's Cap.
Not really the same audience.
Wait, what? I'm confused now.
It came out...
I thought you were saying Cap that they came out the same day.
No, it just sounds like that's kind of like an excuse, because those are not like...
Oh.
I mean, I guess maybe I can't speak for 1999, but in today's climate, it's like... If it's not like the same type of movie, you're probably not going to eat up the other one's lunch.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean. I thought you were saying with Cap that they were released on the same day.
No, they probably were.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to fact check, but
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So, yeah. They just wanted to point the finger.
But from what I understand, did very well on DVD. And VHS.
Sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Which I'm sure that's the only way I saw it.
In order to better blend computer generated giant into the traditionally animated film, technicians came up with a program that gave the giant's lines a slight wobble in order to match the natural line imperfections found in hand-drawn animation.
That's clever.
Yeah, it is.
Huh. Frank and Ollie, the two trainmen that Kent interviews after the derailment, are caricatures of Disney classic animators Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston. They also perform the voices for the characters. Animation writer Earl Kress has said that Frank and Ollie are also lifelong train enthusiasts and have extensive scale model railroads in their backyard like Walt Disney used to have. Yeah, Walt Disney famously also big fan of trains.
Really? Did not know that.
Yeah. So I guess
I guess there's like, the Walt Disney logo, the one they have now, like the 3D opening. There's like a train at the bottom, isn't there?
I think there was also an old school animated one that had a train in it, I think.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, trains, a big symbol of American ingenuity.
The Fabelmans, Steven Spielberg, he's a big fan of trains.
Yeah.
There you go.
All those old people.
They're like, oh, that's cool. That's the cool. That's our cool mechanical.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Trains are cool.
I mean, trains definitely. If I was like 50 years older, I'd be like, trains are so fucking cool. Yeah. I mean, because they are like, they're like today's iPhones.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, a train.
A train. I can go somewhere.
Wow.
Far away.
See, they did used to be crazy. They're like. I feel like that's a natural extension of like animatronics and stuff, in Disney parks.
I agree.
Is the train.
I agree.
Fascinating stuff.
I agree.
And I feel like the wonderment of a 1950s child is akin to the wonderment that Hogarth sees in the Iron Giant.
Is akin to a child walking into a Walmart with an iPad in their hand. They're staring at it.
Evan, you just broke down fucking society in my fucking brain. My brain is fucking egg soup right now when you just said that.
He looked at the iPad.
I wonder, is that the same thing? Like one day, right? Like in like 2100.
When we have like chips in our brains.
Yeah.
Kids can be like doing Google in their brain while the teacher is teaching.
Yeah, and then there's gonna be some kid there's not someone's dad is gonna be like, oh, I remember the American ingenuity of an iPad. You guys don't know anything about that. And then the kids are just gonna be staring blankly into their chips.
Yeah. So excited for those days. That sounds awesome.
I wonder, is it any different?
It's awesome.
Truly.
I'm excited.
Truly.
It is, yeah.
I wonder.
Liking trains isn't gonna give you fucking ADHD.
I guess.
The kids, they weren't staring at trains all day in class.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Well, I guess we'll find out who's the victor. When my grandkids like me and they take me out of my fucking digitally induced coma.
Yeah.
And they leave you to rot heaven. Because I understand them.
Oh, no, it's okay. I won't get there. So. The film's name was changed from The Iron Man, name of the book is based on, to The Iron Giant, so it wouldn't be confused with the comic book character Iron Man.
That seems unnecessary. Just kidding. That's a joke. In the signature
Thank
edition, 2 previously deleted scenes were added to the film. These scenes were previously only available on the special edition DVD as unfinished animatics. I wish we knew what they were, but we don't.
We don't.
So, cool.
I'm skipping to this one. Hogarth's father, because we talked about it, was a fighter pilot. A photo of him is on his dresser, clearly visible during his standoff with Kent. I didn't notice that, but there we go. Some background on Hogarth's dad.
Interesting.
Yeah, so maybe he died.
That's kind of, yeah, because he has like Hogarth has like, I'm assuming, yeah, he probably died in like World War II or something. But that's cool because he has like, oh yeah, remember how I said the helmet was too big for him? Maybe that was like his dad's helmet or something.
It could be, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I think that was like a pilot helmet.
It was an X-Wing helmet. X-Wing Rebel helmet.
My God.
Yeah. So, no, I'm joking, but yeah, it would be like a pilot's helmet, I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is cool. Do you want that one?
A bunch of famous people that were better than Vin Diesel were considered for the role of the Iron Giant, but they didn't do it.
Sean Connery and James Earl Jones are both among people.
Frank Welker? You don't like Frank Welker?
I don't even know who he is. Let me see. Who is he? Does he voice Shaggy?
I think he's dead.
He seemed cool. I just mentioned James Earl Jones and Sean Connery because I was like, all right, I know them.
Well, I know.
They're pretty big.
I think Peter Cullen is also a voice actor.
Let's see. Probably, yeah. Oh, it's Optimus Prime. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't choose him. That would have been like, you got Optimus Prime, the voice of Iron Giant, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of double dipping.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, honestly, James Earl Jones too.
I guess.
Because he's like, that's like the most iconic robotic sci-fi voice.
Yeah.
The Darth Vader.
I guess it's true, yeah.
Do
you want to do the spoiler?
Yeah. Oh, this one. I thought this was a fun one, Evan. Can I read this?
Yeah.
The comic book Hogarth shows the Giant, the Iron Giant, as some would say, with Superman on the cover. Is Action Comics 188, released in January 1954.
Nice.
See, is that pretty cool or no?
It is.
Okay. I wonder how much that's worth.
Probably a lot.
In mint condition.
Probably a lot.
Probably not that much.
I don't know.
Wait, go. There's so many. He has a Forbidden Planet poster in his room.
Oh.
Did you notice that? I have a Forbidden Planet poster in my room.
You do? Was that subconscious?
I wonder. Did Brad Bird instill a sense of joy and wonderment in me?
Yeah.
In the sense of old sci-fi.
Possibly.
And I hung on to that. When Hogarth first shows the Giant his Superman comics, the theme music for Max Fleischer's Superman cartoons can be heard in the background. That was my first exposure to superheroes and Superman, was the Max Fleischer cartoons. Is that cool?
Where did you see them?
Like DVDs.
Oh, interesting.
I saw one that started with Warner Brothers. I was trying to find that, but I kind of lost it. So. Oh yeah, it says the movie and the book have very little to do with each other.
Yeah, I figured that.
That sounds about right. All right. Oh, this is interesting. He's like the most local. Brad Bird commenting on Dean's character. The commentators also go on to mention Dean was a member of the Beat Generation, which was considered somewhat threatening to the small-town society laid out in the film. It was also important to have this character be the first adult who understands that the Giant is not a threat.
Oh, I wonder if he's named after Dean from On the Road. Classic Beat novel. Who knows?
Ah. See? It's the kind of insight you won't get anywhere else.
No, yeah.
Some good insight. The Spirit. Wait, so this dude wanted to triple dip. Brad Bird wanted to reference Disney and Fox.
Oh, yeah.
As a joke, you wanted to put a logo that was related to Fox.
The CinemaScope logo.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah,
but
it was like when they had the big widescreen.
Is that like one of those things where
like they had the westerns? It's like CinemaScope.
CinemaScope was like specifically a Fox thing.
I guess.
Because isn't that kind of like when they would be like, oh, in Technicolor?
Yeah.
It's like telling you what kind of movie you're watching. This is Brad Bird's first movie, directing. Look how many fucking things there are. Wait, is this spoilers?
Yep.
Okay. One of the scenes not included in the original theatrical cut, this is what we were asking for earlier, involves a dream sequence depicting images of the Iron Giant's race and their conflict that drove him from his home world, leading to his crash landing on Earth.
I guess he is. That confirms.
So he is not a tool.
Yeah.
He is not a gun. He is a man.
Yeah.
So that's completely the opposite of what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I don't blame you for thinking that. I would have probably thought that too. Like, built by fucking aliens.
Yeah, I assumed he was like a sentient tool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm glad they didn't show that though.
Me too. I definitely prefer my thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm way smarter.
Well, it's not even because so I can have a different headcanon. It's just like, I don't know. It wasn't needed.
It's more fun for viewers
Yeah.
and for kids to just like, oh, what is he? Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of what Hogarth gets to do.
Yeah.
Because the Iron Giant doesn't say like, I'm from Brypton and I come from, we
Yeah.
had a war. That's not fun.
Are you reading it?
That one's like the timeline. I don't really give a fuck
okay.
about the timeline.
Towards the end, when the screw taps the glass to leave to join the rest of himself, it taps a Morse code message. 2 letters, go. According to the American Morse code system can be heard.
Cool.
G-O, go. Yeah. In the big battle scene, there's a moment when the Iron Giant fires at a tank, and before the energy ball hits, the 2 tank crewmen jump out before the tank disappears. This harkens back to the famous scene in The Day the Earth Stood Still, when Gort fires at a tank on the Washington Mall, and the 2 crew jump out before Gort's weapon dissolves it.
Yeah, Day the Earth is still a very influential film.
Yeah, it is.
Very influential.
It is. Of course, we're talking about the Keanu Reeves remake.
Yeah, naturally.
With Jaden Smith. Would you like to read this one?
Sure. Spoiler for Guardians of the Galaxy. The Giant and Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy are both voiced by Vin Diesel, and both times the sound technician that worked on it was Doc Kane. Both characters end up sacrificing themselves.
True.
You know what they say about Vin Diesel. He's a good actor when you don't give him that many lines.
Clearly you've never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies.
Thanks. Clearly you've never seen Bloodshot.
Clearly you've never seen Bloodshot. So, you've never seen The Pacifier.
Clearly you've never seen The Pacifier.
Pacifier, so he's a great actor. When Hogarth and the Giant are playing in the junkyard, the Giant grouches at being forced to be Atomo and instead want to play as Superman, which is literally the Giant's final choice as he impacts with the nuclear missile.
Yeah, he wants to be Superman.
Yeah.
And he is Superman.
He is Superman.
Some say, you know what's interesting?
Mm.
Some say that this is the best Superman movie, and that The Incredibles is the best Fantastic Four movie. Which I say, did you read the title? That's not the title.
I agree. Do people really say that?
Yeah. About both.
Well, Fantastic Four live action is a classic film.
I would agree.
So it's definitely
Hard agree.
Definitely much better than The Incredibles.
No, I don't know about that. But
it's much better.
I don't like when people say that,
It's
though.
a joke anyway.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like when people say, like, I don't know, like, what if someone was like, oh, Star Wars is the best Buck Rogers movie? Like,
it is.
You're fucking stupid.
It is.
Iron Giant stands on his own 2 feet. He don't need no, he doesn't need to be fucking validated by a superhero movie.
You're right.
And honestly, I like The Incredibles more than I like the Fantastic Four.
Just in general?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. That's fair.
I mean, I've been yet to be proven wrong. Fantastic Four is like, I'm not huge on Fantastic Four.
No, that's fair. But you're huge on The Incredibles.
No.
You're huge on The Incredible Part 2.
I'm huge on the Incredibles mom, if you know what I'm saying.
Bob Odenkirk.
I can't wait for him
declaring his love for superheroes.
Yeah.
Was that awesome?
Yeah. It's ironic that Bob Odenkirk will be involved in both the Fantastic Four and the Incredibles.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he playing Mole Man.
I love superheroes.
He playing Mole Man.
I can't wait.
Of course, Bryan Cranston will be Mr. Fantastic.
Of course.
And Skylar will be I'm sorry, I forgot her name.
The Invisible Woman.
She'll be the Invisible Woman.
And Hank Schrader.
Hank Schrader will be...
Honestly, he is a good The Thing.
The Thing. He is going to be The Thing.
I think, and Jesse Pinkman.
Jesse Pinkman.
What's
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
Will be
Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm.
And then who will be Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
No, what's his name? The son. Walter Jr.
Oh, Walt Jr.
Yeah, he'll be Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's Flynn, bro.
Flynn. Excuse me, Flynn. Flynn White.
I like how he chose like the lamest name possible.
Flynn's a cool name. Flynn's Arcade.
You're right.
Flynn's a cool name.
Yeah. What I mean by that really is like he chose like the most stereotype. Like, no, that's a cool name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like, what's a cool name? Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Flynn.
Yeah, he changed his name to like Diamondback. Or Cash.
That'd be epic. Cash. Future, of course, Future notoriously changed his last name to Cash.
Knucklehead.
The Iron Giant dream showed some parts during his battle with other robots that look like him. But that's from the deleted scene. But as the camera pans down, you can see almost that the giant's reflection is. This is like, who wrote this? It's like the grammar's like all fucked up. It's almost himself. Blowing up the planet.
Yeah, there's too many almosts in there, so I don't quite know what they're trying to say, but I'll take your word for it. I imagine it means like
they're saying he blew up his own fucking planet.
Yeah, like he was about to do what Mansley does, and then the whole movie is.
I'm definitely glad they did not.
The whole movie is him like making up for that mistake.
I'm definitely glad we didn't get that.
No, that whole scene sounds pretty bad.
Yeah,
I would not like that.
Well, of course, that's the Iron Giant.
Well, that is the Iron Giant. I give the Iron Giant. What do you give the Iron Giant?
An 8 out of 10.
So you did give it an 8 out of 10. I give it 3 out of 3 stars.
Nice.
I think it is a great aesthetic. It's beautifully animated. It's a wonderful story.
True.
It's a good.
It's
writing.
a timeless story.
It's a timeless story. It's timeless in a similar way to Back to the Future, where it's a bit of a parody. You know. But it's of a particular
I don't know if
era.
I call it a parody, but...
Well, I mean, definitely there's elements of parody, like the...
I guess so.
You know. I mean, it's played...
I'm thinking more of a homage, possibly.
But it's played pretty earnestly. But it's also kind of poking fun of it, at it.
At times, yeah.
Where it kind of reveal, like, this is what the 50s were really
well,
like.
yeah, like the fear mongering,
I mean?
shit, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, kind of like that, so...
But, did he do it to make a point about our modern day?
Yes.
So, he's pointing out it's easier to make fun of the past. To make a point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that what they say? I don't know. You know, like the fucking, the Crucible type shit, you know what I mean?
Allegory.
Yeah.
So.
They really said, here's what allegory is. Read this whole fucking play to learn the definition of allegory.
That shit sucks.
The Crucible?
I like the movie.
It was okay.
I like you ever see the movie?
I saw some of it with Daniel Day-Lewis and Winona Ryder.
I enjoyed it.
I saw some of it. I did read the play though. It's fine, I guess.
Dog shit play.
I didn't really have it.
Good movie though.
Too strong feelings towards it. It was fine. I liked it. It was okay.
It was lame.
I guess.
But it does, it does make things easier when you can, view it through a different lens. And you can think, maybe I can take this lesson back now.
Exactly.
To my present day.
Yeah, exactly.
To my current life.
Exactly.
Interesting. Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, maybe some of these people should watch the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Because they be fear-mongering like crazy nowadays.
Maybe the world needs the Iron Giant.
They do. Or it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Iron Giant's a beautiful thing.
I agree.
And, thank you, Red Bird. Thank you, Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. I miss the days where you could walk in and see a Warner Brothers Iron Giant statue in the Warner Brothers store at the mall. Times they are changing.
They are.
Hmm.
It's okay.
But now you get to go to the cinema, and you get to see Steven Spielberg, slap the Iron Giant into his shitty movie. So, I like that.
It's okay. I'm buying you an Iron Giant statue. Put in your room.
I would take that.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
And put it in the corner.
That'd be cool.
And let him stare at you.
I'd probably put him in, behind movies or something.
No, a statue. Like can be...
Like a to scale, 1-to-1 scale statue?
Yeah.
Like Dean?
Yeah.
I can pretend I'm Dean.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, the Iron Giant. What is his legacy?
What is his legacy?
Yeah.
He's
in Multiverses.
Yeah, I could say
he's in Ready
Player One. So,
and
pretty awesome legacy.
Yeah, those are both pretty... I mean, honestly, I would say Multiverses is, kind of cool. I don't think there's anything bad about Multiverses, in my opinion.
The game was not great.
I think it's cool.
It's fine.
I think it's fine. It's definitely for
It's not Smash Bros.
As far as Smash clones go, it's pretty good.
I don't know.
It
was not great.
In my opinion, it's better than Nickelodeon and it's better than PlayStation.
I don't know if I would say
in my opinion.
I don't know if I say better than PlayStation.
Because honestly, when I play the PlayStation one, it doesn't even feel like I'm when you win in that game, it feels like nothing.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But in Multiverses, when I win, it's okay, I actually tried to win.
I feel like probably the best Smash one, probably fucking
Brawlhalla.
Honestly, that's probably the best.
It's
Smash
one of the
one.
non-licensed ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Or fucking Smash Flash.
Oh, Smash Flash, of course, is great. Yeah. Honestly, Smash Flash is more fun than Nickelodeon.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Smash Flash is fun when you're in the computer lab.
Play Naruto real quick.
Yeah.
Naruto and Sora real quick.
Sora, yeah.
Run it down. So, shout out to them.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Project M.
Sure.
Shout out to all that stuff. So, the Iron Giant's legacy is sad. But you can rewatch the movie, you can take on his lessons, you can learn from him. And the original movie's still there.
Facts.
Always there for you.
Facts.
Yeah.
I would say his legacy is not sad because, it's a beloved film. And he's a staple of pop culture now. And, I feel like that outweighs, in my opinion, the shitty appearances.
The shitty, brand inclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's quite an acclaimed film.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I think it deserves its reputation.
Yeah, I agree.
So thank you for listening.
Of course.
If you can't get enough Iron Giant content, smash sub.
We're doing the Iron Giant 2 next week. Because
we're doing the Iron Giant 2 next week.
And then the Iron Giantess. Those are coming.
The Iron Giantess. Oh my god. What color would she be?
She'd be the same color as him.
Oh.
She just looks exactly the same as him. But we're just told by by Brad Bird. And from the title, that's a female. But they do nothing to let us know that it is a female. We just know that because
they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'll make her gold.
Huh?
I'll make her gold or something.
Make her gold?
Yeah.
No, they're not doing that.
Give her a Madonna tits.
That costs too much.
The Madonna bra?
Yeah.
She would have that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, she had the Madonna bra.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. I'd watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, Iron Giant. Can't get enough Iron Giant.
Definitely not.
Can't get enough Superman. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Yes. Next week we will be reviewing